This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley. Meet Hub brought to you by Go Solar New England, located in Barrington, New Hampshire. We're at the 2018 Meet of Champions. We're about to witness the boys race taking off. Joining me for this race, I have Amy Sanborn as well as Nate LeVay.
All right, so Amy, let's talk about some teams. What do you think from a team perspective? What do we got today in the boys race?
I think you got to go with Concord. They've looked really strong in last week's D1 race. I know there's a difference between D1, D2, D3 last week with the weather, but I still think they've got to be the favorite for today.
If they get challenged, maybe the younger Co-Brown boys can give them a challenge. But yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Concord's got to be the overwhelming favorite going into this race. Pretty wide open after those top two teams, though, I would think.
I think that's the exciting part of this. I mean, if Concord does what we think they're going to, they're going to run away with it, and then I have no clue what's going to happen after that. The next 5 teams, 6 teams, 7 teams are so close. It depends on who can handle the course out there and the mud and the water and who comes to play today.
Yeah, I mean, amongst the other teams vying for a spot for New England's, Keene ran really well last week. The Londonderry boys had a great run last week. The Pinkerton boys really stepped up at D1s last week. D3 team Messinic always brings it at these big meets, so they can't be overlooked. D2 Oyster River. So there's a number of teams vying for it. Every spot's certainly going to matter. Looks like they're lining up. From an individual perspective, the favorite's got to be Forrest McKenzie, top returner last year, under 16 minutes. He'll probably be chased by Jake Winslow of Exeter, Velasquez of Keene. Certainly can't overlook David Reynolds of Merrimack Valley. There's already one trophy in that household right now.
And again, when you're looking at those times from last week, the D2 definitely was slower than the D1. So those D2 people
Flags
are
up
going to be
here.
closer.
And they're off. And let's not forget about Jeffrey Allen of Campbell. Almost led his boys to an upset in that D3 race last week. So as they're off here, looks like we got David Reynolds going right to the front. Forrest McKenzie, Eli Bosch Dining is. Jake Winslow right up front there. So all the big contenders go right to the front.
Let's go, Ben. We gotta check. Come on,
Here is the front pack of the boys 2018 Meet of Champions race, led by Forrest McKenzie. Well, it's still pretty tight right now. Didn't spread out as much as the girls. The girls had a few leaders go out pretty hard, but it's still pretty tight. So we'll see how things mix up at the next spot.
At the 2018 Meet of Champions, we see Concord right out here in front. That's Eli Bechsteining and Forrest McKenzie. Concord's top 3 in the front pack. Favorites to win today in the team perspective. Others in the hunt today are Keene, Pinkerton Academy. So fast field today on one of the flattest courses we'll see here throughout the season.
So we think we'll have like Eli Bosch Dining of Concord, Forrest McKenzie of Concord. Yep, and those two are 1-2 with David Reynolds and Winslow.
That's a nice pack right there.
We'll see. Curran of North, Conley of Winnacunnet, Velasquez of Keene, Kasich of Co-Brown, and now here comes the pack. It'll be interesting to see if the two Concord boys can lose the 2 kickers that are sitting on them. That's going to probably be the key to this flat course.
You had the whole Concord team way up already.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. From a team perspective, it looks like Concord's gone right to the front.
And then everybody else is just in the middle, so we'll have to see when they come back around.
Yeah, we can't really do the team stuff until they spread out a little bit more, other than the fact that we know Concord's in a commanding lead.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll meet you at the next spot.
Around the corner now, we have our leaders. That is Forrest McKenzie, followed by his teammate Eli Bechsteining, as well as Jake Winslow, David Reynolds, Landon Valancourt, Jake Velasquez.
The leaders went through the mile around 5 flat.
And then we have our pack, and we start looking team-wise.
Keep going.
A lot of Concord, Oyster River, Co-Brown up front. Keane's got a good pack towards the front. So still pretty tight at this point. No one's spread out. First mile wasn't super fast, so that's going to allow the pack to stay pretty close together further into the woods.
So you can see a little bit of change in weather as the sun's out now. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit more, especially on these fields. Helping to dry out the course, but it's really been torn up by the girls.
All right. Here comes the Gator. Looks like we got the two Concord boys still leading, with Winslow and Reynolds right on their heels. Forrest McKenzie and his teammate Eli Bosch-Dining taking command. Wow, Valancourt of Messinic moved way up. Velasquez of Keene, Donley of Winnacunnet, Kern of North. We got two Cole Brown guys, and then there's the rest of the Concord pack like you talked about. Holy cow, Concord's top 7 must be in the top 25.
Everybody else has only got 2 in, I think.
Cole Brown's now got 5 in. Keene's got 3 or 4 up there. It is going to be a battle for spots 5 and 6. Valancourt really running a smart race. He wasn't there at the half mile, and now we're at about 2K, and he moved way up.
Starting to reel them in. It's a smart way to run.
All right, we're here inside mile 2 on the Woods Loop. Concord's 1 and 2 out in the front pack. MV and Exeter also in the hunt. Messinic, Keene, Nashua North. A lot of individuals in the hunt. Concord has a slight edge in the team perspective. Campbell's first as Jeffrey Allen. Co-Brown 1 and 2, Luke Kasich and Dawson Du Bois. Here comes the rest of the field. So a lot of teams with top 25 qualifiers in the hunt. Keene's got 3, Pinkerton's got 2, Co-Brown's got 1, and Concord, most interestingly, has 5 of the top 25 in their total team race today. Top 25 individuals, that is. All right, well, there's a snapshot from the lower part of the woods. We'll take you up to the top part right before mile 3. All right, here we are at the top of the Woods Loop. 3rd mile's right over my shoulder, less than 100 meters. Here comes Forrest McKenzie and Exeter's first. Eli Bosch-Dining, Merrimack Valley, in the top 5.
Come on, Dylan!
There's Merrimack Valley's David Reynolds in the hunt for a top 5 finish. Co-Brown's first 3 has just come through in a tight group. Followed by members of the team from Keene. Comes Co-Brown's top 5, Keene's top 4. So top 6 teams from all the state division qualifiers are here today, plus the top 25 individuals, all battling to extend their season just one more weekend. Some maybe more if they go on to regionals, but most looking for that spot to qualify for New England's next week, right here at home in Manchester.
All right, looks like they've separated. We got a little separation here. We got Forrest McKenzie, and then we got Jake Winslow of Exeter right on his heels. Forrest is gonna have to shake him, I think, the next half mile anyhow. He does not want Jake sitting there in the end. In 3rd, it looks like we got Velasquez of Keene. In 4th, we got Bosch-Dining of Concord. 5th, David Reynolds of Merrimack Valley. In 6th, we have
Landon Valancourt.
Valancourt of Messina. 7th, Cam Donnelly of Winnicunnet. 8th, Kern of North. Now's where we're going to start seeing the team picture come into play.
Jeffrey Allen
of Campbell. So now I see 2 Oyster Rivers. Oh man, there's 3 Cole Browns.
Another Concord. That's
Another
3 for
Concord.
them, 4 for them.
4 for Concord. That's 3 Keens now.
Keene, yeah.
And that's 5th. Concord's 5th. So they're
So Concord's got it pretty much wrapped up from McKean. Oh, got another Concord. 6.
another Oyster River.
2 more Cole Browns. So
Best-
Cole Brown's got 5 in now.
4 and 5.
There's Londonderry's 4.
Londonderry 4, and I saw Keene 4.
Yeah. Have we noticed Winnicunnet? I wasn't.
Here's a Keene 5 and a Londonderry 5. Winnicunnet had 3 way up there. I didn't see a 4th, and they need a 5th still.
Pinkerton, that's their 5th, I believe. So they might be a little too far back.
Can hear the spikes scraping against the pavement
yeah.
now. That can be pretty hazardous, as we saw in the girls' race with the bridge.
Yes. Other than the course being torn up right now, it's actually really nice running conditions.
Sun's out, perfect temperature,
Yeah.
bit of wind. And with the majority of the pack past us, we'll head to the finish line and throw it over to Davio right now.
All right, the leaders are just coming over the hill of the last field loop. They got one more small hill to go, and then pretty much all downhill before the little bump before the finish line. So this is that's Jake Winslow and Forrest McKenzie of Concord. And then Reynolds, Merrimack Valley by Steining of Concord, Valancourt, Messinic, as well as Vasquez was up there as well. Velasquez, sorry. Here's Jeffrey Allen, Miles Carrico, Khalil of Sanborn. There's 2 Co-Brown front runners, Andy O'Brien of Oyster River. So Concord is obviously way up towards the front. They look to have a major lead in this race, which was expected coming in. And then as well as Co-Brown and Oyster River have low points up towards the front. So it should be interesting to see how the top 6 shakes out. I think Concord's got the major points, but we'll see what happens with the rest. This is the last little turn before the straightaway to the finish line. And we have Forrest McKenzie, who made a big move over that last little field loop. Take a big lead over Jake Winslow of Exeter, who's still looking strong and has another large gap over Keene's #1 runner, which is Jake Velasquez. And then Valancourt of Messinic, followed by Reynolds, Merrimack Valley. That could be a close race there. They're looking pretty close together. And then we have Eli Bechsteining, Joseph Curran, and that was Jack Taylor as well. This is Miles Carrico of Oyster River, followed by Khalil Sanborn, Jeffrey Allen, Co-Brown's top 2, Andy O'Brien of Oyster River, Concord's 3rd, there's Keene's 2nd, Co-Brown's 3rd, Winnicunnet's got 3 in as well, there's Concord's 4, Keene's 3 or 4 I believe, and then Winnicunnet 4. So it's going to be a pretty close race between these top teams. There's 2 more for Oyster River, another Co-Brown, Pinkerton's got a couple in. So this top 6 could be all over the place with these boys. As far as we've seen so far, the score is going to be really, really close, as a lot of these teams have runners mixed in all over the place. So I think Concord got the individual win, but we'll see what happens with the team scores for the rest of the pack.
Right now, this is looking like a pretty fast time for the conditions of the course right now.
Considering the course, yeah. So Forrest McKenzie of Concord had opened up about a 10-meter lead on Jake Winslow of Exeter.
Jake was trying to hang hang on. So we'll see when they come up over this hill.
And here's Forrest. Forrest.
Yeah, and he took it to him for sure.
Yeah, he did. He knew he had to make a move. You don't want Winslow there with 100 meters to go. That's for sure.
Looking over his shoulder though, but he knows it now.
Yeah.
And here comes Winslow. So it looks like it's going to be a repeat performance of D1's last week, where Forrest in first. Well, Winslow's in second. He's got Velasquez coming right behind him now. Velasquez of Keene. Looks like we have Valancourt of Messinic. What a smart race that kid has ran. He's all the way up into 4th place right now. And David Reynolds is pouring on the kick right now too. David Reynolds of Merrimack Valley just passed Valancourt. Curran of North and Donley of Winnicunnet. They're right around 16:10 right now.
All right, with our top individuals through, we got to start thinking teams. And I do see Concord's second. That's Eli Bechsteining.
We've got Concord's third.
Here comes Jeffrey Allen too.
This is Pinkerton's first, I believe.
Co-Brown's
Concord's
one.
third. Keene's second, I think.
Keen second.
Here
Co-Brown's
comes Bill Heenan
second.
from Londonderry. That's their first, though.
Cole Brown's got 2 in. Keene's got 2 in. Oh, Exeter's got 2 in now.
There's Winnicunnet coming now.
Another Concord, another
Keene,
Co-Brown. That's 3 for Co-Brown.
and that's at least 3 for Keene.
How about Pinkerton? Here comes a
I think
Pinkerton.
this is their third.
Another Cole Brown. This is a 4 for Cole Brown. Oyster River, I believe this is their 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, they've had a good number up there.
This might be Winnicunnet's 4.
Another pair from Pinkerton.
This team race is going to be so close. Here's another Keene. Another Londonderry. Another, 2 more Oyster Rivers. I'd say Oyster River's in now.
Yep.
And that is, I believe, Co-Brown's 5th.
Cole Brown's 5th, so they should, and 6th, so they should be in. Keene's 5th, so they should be in. Is that Londonderry's 4 and 5 right there?
That might only be their 4.
They're right there. If that's not, here comes
That
their
might be
5th
their
right now.
fifth.
That might be enough to punch them through.
Oh, it's going to be so close.
Messenic's now got 4 in. Messenic's now got 5 in. They might be the D3 dark horse team that sneaks through. Another Oyster. Wow, those last 2 spots for the teams going to New England's is going to be very close. So interesting. Winslow and Mackenzie ran similar times last week on a much more challenging course, but that just shows you the course conditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flat courses are only fast if you can get your footing, right? I think that's a Winnicunnet 5 right there.
So we definitely have Concord going on.
We got Concord, we got Cole Brown in there, I think.
We think Oyster River probably.
We think Oyster River,
showed up big
Keene.
today.
It's going to be very close
know.
between Pinkerton, Londonderry, Scenic's right in there.
Scenic, Winnicunnet.
Winnicunnet, I think the Winnicunnet 5 might have been a little bit too far back for them to squeak out, but they did have those other 3 way up there.
So now I guess we just wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see the results.
You also got to remember when you take those individuals out for the team scoring, it really makes a difference at a meet like this. It can really change the team scoring. And
They
you
sure
just can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, especially because those individuals are all expected to be right up front.
Yeah, so they'll be in the top 25, 30, 35 kids, and that can change.
You just got to kind of wait and see what happens. You can't even figure it out as a coach, really. I mean, you could. It would just take a long time.
Yeah.
At about 19 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock here. So all these guys are still breaking 20 minutes.
So of course we'll be back next week having New England's in New Hampshire. But as this is our last all New Hampshire race, we'd like to take a couple minutes just to thank everyone this season. Thank the sponsors, thank the officials, the teams, athletes, coaches. Everyone has been phenomenal. The fans have been great. We couldn't do it without all of you supporting it, and especially again those sponsors. Please take a look at our sponsor page. Let those sponsors know that you appreciate what they're doing for the sport of cross country in New Hampshire. Definitely would like to thank all of our commentators this season. We've had a number of them, especially this weekend, stepping up to help us out, and hopefully they've enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll hear a little bit more next week from them at New England's. Again, New England's is at Derryfield Park in Manchester, New Hampshire. We're pretty excited for it. Should be a good race. Once again, this is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley. Coming to you from the 2018 Meet of Champions. This has been your boys' race. Meet Hub brought to you by Go Solar.